Well, the Biden administration and the Democratic Party are scared straight by all the latest leaks of information that have been spilling out over the past couple of months. Let's start first with this report on foxnews.com so you can see what I'm talking about. Fox News, a poll shows higher interest giving the GOP edge in the 2022 midterm election. Now, here's the actual numbers so you can see them for yourself. If you go back to 2018, you can see the Democrats have higher numbers than the Republicans did regarding the vote. You can see there at the bottom, 46% for the Democrats and 41% for the Republicans. Well, if you fast forward to after all the damage that the Biden administration has done, January 2022 shows 43% preferring to vote for Democrats and 44% preferring to vote Republicans. Then just 1 month later, 1 month, we have 45% for Democratic candidates and 49% who are intending on voting more Republican. 49%. This is a huge slap in the face for the Democratic Party and the Biden administration. I cannot wait for the midterm elections. I truly believe there is going to be a red wave, and that's not the only thing that's slapping them in the face right now. Take a look at this article on NewYorkPost.com. GOP holds double-digit lead among independent voters ahead of 2022 midterms, according to the poll. Now, that was published back in late December of 2021, so just a couple of months ago, but it still stands today. We still have massive independent support as compared to the Democrats. And not just independents, we also have Latinos coming in our direction as well. Here we are on WashingtonExaminer.com. Republicans eye gains with Latino voters in November, and that was just published this March. Now, on top of all the poll numbers and things looking in favor of the GOP, and they're looking in favor of the GOP and the Republican Party because of the fact that Biden has purposely destroyed our economy. We have massive gas prices, massive energy prices. Food is not showing up on our grocery stores, and according to just yesterday's report, the Biden administration has admitted we're going to see food shortages here in the U.S., and they don't tell you to just before it comes. I've been warning you for months about this coming ever since they put all the restrictions in for COVID. It's not only a result of the war, that of course is adding to it, but it's an already broke society trail. All right. So here's some of, not only are the polls hurting the Democratic Party and the Biden administration. Not only is that happening, but also information is starting to leak out and information is starting to leak out about Hunter Biden, information that we told you about years ago. And now this information is starting to go public, and it is really slapping the Democratic Party yet again in the face. Take a look at this article here. And this is on the Daily Caller. The New York Times has finally admitted the authenticity of Hunter Biden's laptop. Now, Justice Knight did a whole report on that on Restricted Republic. I'm not going to expand on it here, but when the New York Times, a liberal left-leaning organization, finally admits that, that means that they were pushed into a corner. That also could mean that there are future things that are going to arise regarding Hunter Biden, if you get my drift on that, more on Restricted Republic. But that's what they're worried about. In fact, there is a poll that says America is very interested in this story. Take a look here on New York Post. 2/3 of Americans say Hunter Biden laptop is a very important story, according to this poll. And this is happening all around the midterm elections. So here we are. Here we are. Not only that, that's not the only information that's coming out that's really hurting them, but also this little tidbit, and I'm smiling ear to ear. This is really good news. Take a look here. Fox News, Trump sues Hillary Clinton. The DNC and many officials involved in Russia probe. And here's what it actually says in the report. It says former President Trump Thursday filed a lawsuit against Clinton, the DNC, and a number of other high-profile figures involved in the nefarious conspiracy to create a narrative that he and his 2016 presidential campaign were colluding with Russia. Trump's legal team told Fox News that they are suing for tens of millions of dollars in attorney fees and damages exceeding $100 million and for our democracy. In a 108-page lawsuit filed in the Southern District of Florida on Thursday, Trump and his legal team say in the run-up to the 2016 presidential election, Hillary Clinton and her cohorts orchestrated an unthinkable plot, and that they did. One that shocks the conscience and is an affront to this nation's democracy. Now, if you want to know who all he is finally against, it's all these people here. We have Clinton, the DNC, former or Michael Sussman, Mark Elias, and then Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Jake Sullivan, John Podesta, Fusion GPS. You've heard a lot about that. Unrestricted, James Comey, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, Andrew McCabe, and more. That's just the short list. Now, whether or not he'll succeed in this is to be determined by the court. But either way, this is a huge move. And I hope that that the court does this in favor of President Trump, because they have really blasted him year after year after year doing these crooked investigations and making things up about the President of the United States of America, to put it rather frontly. But with that, the Democrats are so worried about what's coming for the elections that even some of their own people are starting to turn on them and get mad at them. AOC being one of those. Take a look at this New York Post article, Collapse of Support. AOC says Biden is in real danger among Democratic voters. Now, her reasoning is not because of all the failed policies and the crap that the Biden administration has put the American people through, but she says because he refuses to, pay for college funds for Americans. So she's using that as her reason to divide from the party. Not only are his own people turning on him, but we also have judges literally in a roundabout way assuming Trump could very well win in 2024. Take a look here. This is on abc.com. Judge asked if second Trump term should matter in the case over its taxes. Should we consider the fact that he might win again in 2022? I don't know. That kind of kind of makes you think either way. The Democrats are so desperate that they're actually contradicting themselves. We have been told by the Biden administration that they want high gas prices and they want high energy prices in order to save the planet. And because of what's going on with climate change, they want you all to drive electric cars. God forbid that you even step foot in your car and drive your car to work because you are harming the planet. This is the kind of rhetoric we've heard over and over again from the Democratic Party, saying that they should charge you by the mile. Let's, put carbon taxes on you and tax you for this and tax you for that and tax you for this, as punishment that just so happens to benefit them financially. But I digress. They have been pushing this agenda, and now we have massive skyrocketing prices on our gas under a Democrat. We usually do, but they're far worse under Biden than any other president we have had, right? And so here we are. And so the American people are now seeing this, waking up to this and being like, hey, what the heck is going on? This is insane. We're not voting for you in 2022. So what do the Democrats do? Let's send you a check so you could spend money on gas. You mean the very thing you told us that we weren't allowed to use or should not be using to save a planet? Now you're going to cut us a check? Take a look what I'm talking about. It's just so contradictory. Democrats push, and this is on Daily Mail, for $300 a month stimulus checks to help you Americans struggling paying for the sky-high gas prices that they caused, by the way. So, let me get this straight. You want to pay money to people to spend on gas, which you oppose and hate, the very thing you oppose and hate, you want to give Americans money for. Why would you do that? Oh, I know. To gain more votes in the 2022 midterm election. Please do not fall for it. Do not let your friends fall for it. Let them know about these checks that they're putting forward on the table and how this is just a ploy by the Democratic Party to earn votes. They're completely contradicting their entire agenda, 2030 agenda, which tells me the alternative motive could only mean it's about votes. With that, please don't forget to check out my partner. They are the reason I'm still here. But it's BioTrust, KetoWithLisa.com. If you're looking really to lose weight, give this a try. You have nothing to lose because they have a 50-day money-back guarantee. A 60-day, money-back guarantee. So if you're not happy, you can even send back the empty bag. But what Keto with Lisa provides, and that's KetoWithLisa.com, is basically it acts as if you're on the keto diet without actually going on the keto diet. That is the entire purpose of Keto Elevate. And right now you can get up to 51% off. So check it out at KetoWithLisa.com. Anyhow, I love all of you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.